Good afternoon, it's me again. I'm back still with Duncan and his family's farm, and I should say a woodyard more than a farm, but it's going to show me a few more of his tractors still here, and we're into stationary engines of course, and there Jack's arrived, and Harry, yep. Duncan,
yep,
Harry's here. Perhaps they'd have a little chat with us anyway on video. Be great to hear the history of what they like to do. Anyway, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to the video. It don't cost you a penny. The description button's just down here, and it'd do the channel a world of good. Anyway, no messing about, onwards and upwards. So Duncan, we've got the Folsom Dexter now. You tell me it's a live drive.
Yep.
And everything's working on it, and it's been done up by your
brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law.
Ex-brother-in-law. Okay.
Jack and Harry's father.
Right, okay.
So the hydraulics didn't work, so we've had the top off, I don't know how many times, and it's not light, it's quite heavy.
No, that's right.
But the hydraulics work now.
Yeah, and all the wiring's been done properly, and...
Yep, new wiring loom, new battery.
Yeah, and new gauges.
Don't think he did. No. Had a new steering column bearing. I don't think it's going to start up either. Hasn't been started for ages. I can't remember what year either, so...
Let's call it early 60s, shall we?
I think it is.
Oh, it's not been converted, which I do like as well. I like the dynamos to be not alternators.
I will try to keep it as is.
Yeah. And why ain't they undercover? Now come on, they should be undercover.
Have you seen how many tractors there are, Robin, here?
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
And you say, Duncan, it's been stripped right down, is it?
Yep, and then primed, red oxide primed, and then painted Fordsons blue.
Fantastic.
And Howard red, the wheels.
And that's what it's called, is it? Howard red. Oh, okay then. I see you've got all the... You haven't got a ploughing light on the back though. That's the only thing missing, isn't it? The old spotlight, ploughing spotlight.
But it's got a number plate light on it.
That's great. Well, thanks again, Duncan. Let's move on somewhere else.
The
oh, the plough.
Another Fergie plough.
Let's move across without getting all... Yeah. New boards on it.
No, the moldboards was as original. Just leave this and new bolts. They wasn't on it when he bought it.
Fantastic. Well, cheers. Oh, you got a box there, and we've got something tucked underneath here. Perhaps we'll come back another day on another video for that one.
One's a pail and one's something else.
Right, Duncan.
1942, Jack says.
1942.
Standard Folsom.
Standard Folsom. In war colours.
Yep.
Because they changed, I've been through this with me subscribers already, they've changed from orange to green because of the war. And blue. Blue. But they went back to blue, didn't they?
Was it? Oh, Jack knows more, but he won't talk.
So, I understand they was in orange, but because of the bombing of London at Dagenham Docks, they changed from, and in the field, they changed from orange to green, and then from after the war they changed from green to back to blue, which is Folsom colours, obviously.
Yeah.
So petrol engine.
Yep. 4-cylinder.
Oh, it's still got the old magneto on it as well.
It does run.
And it's got the obviously the thrashing wheel on the side as well.
Yep.
That's again in.
And he has been on the tractor run of it.
Has he really?
Yep.
Again, well kept. Considering the weather we've had this year. They should all be indoors. I don't mean to say anything. So how long have you had this for, Duncan?
Jack, how long have you had the standard?
It's
Year and a half it is.
a year and a half, Jack, is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, what made you buy it, Jack?
I've always wanted one since I was probably that high.
Since you were how high was it?
About that high.
All right. So have you always been into tractors, have you?
Been dragged up with it also.
But they tell me you've got some stationary engines as well.
Yes, I expect you'd like to have a look at those.
Yes, and the ransom crawlers.
Yes.
We'll have a look at them in a future video, but let's get this one out of the way with first.
Yeah, go on.
So, come on, now you're on cam, you don't mind it, come on. Tell us a bit about it now.
So it's a 1942 standard Fordson. So it's petrol TVO. So TVO is tractor vaporising oil, which
Right.
you can't start straight away on TVO. You have to use petrol to first start up, and then once it's warm,
Yep.
you switch over to the TVO. So, like once it's hot enough, because it vaporises the fuel, so it's more cleaner to burn. Basically.
Okay. And it was obviously, was it cheaper back in the day, was it?
Yeah, it was cheaper, but it just made the tractor run better, sort
Better,
of thing.
yeah.
So, like for harder work and that, it could do like bigger jobs and that
Yeah.
easier.
And how many horses is that?
Probably 20 horse, I suppose.
Really?
Yeah.
That must have been quite a moving up progress back in the day,
Yes,
mustn't it?
well,
from horses to 20 horses.
Well, a normal horse would pull a single furrow plough.
Yeah.
So, but this tractor could pull 2 furrows.
Come this way, then. So did you do it all up?
No, this is how I bought it.
Right.
So, and I haven't done anything to it really, apart from just sort of few silly little things out on the carb, so it'd run a bit more smoothly and that.
Yeah.
That's about
Does it take a lot of tuning?
Not really. Once you know about the bits and that, it's easy enough to fix.
Fairly simple, is
Yeah.
it? And of course, the big old cast iron radiator on top of there.
Yep.
And does it overcook, or does it? It's
No, the hotter the better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because of the vaporising
Yeah.
oil again. Yeah, yeah. And the tank don't leak, the fuel tank.
No, it's all good. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. So how long would you sort of run it on the petrol before you changed it over to the TVO?
About 5 minutes, and
Yeah.
it'd be hot enough. And then as soon as it gets over to the TVO, it'll run a bit more hotter, and then it's fine.
And starting it. Now, give us a brief run through how you go about starting it. Then.
So you need to put your throttle on the 10th notch, and then you got a choke. You have it on full choke. You give it 3 pulls up on the starting handle, and it should fire. Do 1 click back on the choke, give it 1 more pull, and hopefully it should start.
And as easy, that sounds easy.
Yeah, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you'll be there forever swinging,
Really?
and it won't go.
But you don't need a battery, though, do you?
No, exactly.
And
yeah.
tell us about the magneto on the side. You got the original magneto on it as well, haven't you?
Yeah, it's got a Lucas magneto, which again, yeah, that was the original magneto on the thing.
Did you have to do anything to that?
No, everything's all good on that. So
Yeah. Has it got points and all that sort of thing
yes,
inside?
yeah, it's still got points and a condenser and all that, the same as
Yeah.
like the stationary engines and that.
So, I mean, you've had it on tractor runs and all sorts
Yeah.
of... Is it a nice sit-on? Is it comfortable?
It's a good tractor to show.
Yep.
It's not a good tractor run tractor because it's very slow.
Right. And
Because
you've got to keep up, obviously.
yeah, because this has got 24-inch tyres instead of 28s.
Yes, I keep on having a discussion with my subscribers about that. That there was I call it high Jane, because there was a higher built tractor. The
Yeah,
same.
That's a Fordson Major, the E27N. This is a Fordson N. So this was like, they did a Fordson F before this, so it went Fordson F, Fordson N, E27N, Fordson Diesel Major, Fordson Power Major, then the Super Major, like that.
Fantastic. Now that's information that we can't lose, can we? I mean, you know, that's there at all. Did you buy it locally? Did you?
It was 30 miles away. I can't remember where I actually got it from, but we went up in a car and trailer and picked it up.
And it's all right. So yeah, it went up on a trailer, all right, did it, Jack?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
And it's not over 3 ton.
No. It's probably this is the best towing tractor really. It's lighter than the Major, and that's heavy. Like the Major's a lot heavier than this.
Okay, well I appreciate that. Thanks for giving me a look at it and a chat about it. And we're going to move on to your ransom crawlers.
Yeah.
Next.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yep.
Right, moving on from the Folsom, I found something else. I'm going to cut into the video. Now, Jack, what are you hiding from me?
Right, this is a International Harvester Farmall Cub, which was made in the United States, and then it was exported to France. So, as you can see by the front, if you looked at the front, the seat and that's offset.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you could see what you was actually cultivating, like this. So if you had like veg and that in rows,
Yep.
you could see where you was going without damaging all
Gotcha.
the crops and that.
Yes, it's weird. Now I look at it, I didn't look at it at first, but now I look at it now, the engine's right over to the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Did you do this one up yourself?
I didn't. This is my stepmum's, and my dad done this up for her.
So what sort of horsepower? Because it don't look very...
This is about 10 horsepower, because obviously
Oh, still quite...
it's still quite a lot for the age.
Yep.
But yeah, as you can see, everything's a lot smaller and that compared to modern day tractors.
And what sort of what year are we talking about then? You might have mentioned it already.
Probably 1950s. I wouldn't know the exact date.
Oh,
but
comparably modern, as
Yeah.
I call old tractors.
Yeah.
I love your gear stick. Where'd that come from?
Haven't a clue.
And so what? How many forward gears and reverse gears
So
have you
you've
got?
got 3 forward, 1 reverse.
Oh, right.
And this is straight petrol. So
Is this more horticulture rather than agriculture? Would you say sort of like
yeah, so more like a small holding, and that
Yeah,
you'd use it.
that's the thing I was sort of thinking about.
Yeah.
In great condition. I'm really surprised that you don't keep your collections in barns or buildings or something like that.
We will do. We're planning on putting a barn up at some
Yeah,
point. To
that'd be
put them all.
great, because I mean, I'm not being nasty, but
Yeah, it's a waste, isn't
it's
it?
a waste in the open, like, you know. I can see all the brakes have been done up as well.
Yeah, everything's been taken apart completely to be all redone, and whatever needed replacing or making has been done. So
So have you haven't got a workshop here though, have you? So
yeah, we do out the front.
Oh, do you?
Yes, but we can do, like in the summer and that, we can do it outside all the stuff, so it's not so bad.
yeah. Yeah, so you do everything in the workshop, and it's in the dryer then, is it, Jack?
Yeah. So yeah, it's all in the dry, all the tools and everything are to hand, so it's easy enough.
Yeah.
And it won't take long to restore something like this, because there's nothing to it.
No,
The electrics.
but that's what I like about. See, I collect Ferguson tractors, the old grey Fergusons.
Yep.
That's what I like about them. It's simple.
Yeah.
And I'm a simple person, so it's got to be simple,
Yeah,
right? You know.
Yeah.
And where, as you can see everything on this, can't you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all cast as well, apart from the seat, the wings, and the bonnet. And what have we got underneath? I think we've got a bit of a.
Bird's nest under there somewhere. Yeah.
You don't mind? That's nature, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. What size wheels are they on the back there?
I should say.
They're tiny, aren't they?
Yeah, these are 24-inch, the same as the standard
Really?
diameter. Yeah.
Well, that's great. I really appreciate that. Cheers, Jack. And anyway, we move on to other things,
Right, okay.
and we put this in the video. Thanks for your time.
That's
Appreciate
all right.
that. Then. Well, there you go. That's a nice tractor to look at, isn't it? And thanks for Jack and Duncan having a little chat on camera. You don't get that very often, and the information that Jack gave us there, that was really stunning bit of equipment. And thanks for coming along again. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you've got a collection you want me to have a look at, contact me through my email. That'd be great. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Have a lovely Christmas. Cheerio for now.